They are talking about Quran copying the Bible. Let's see which one is more true and which one is not, and which one is copying what. You see, we all know the story of Yusuf alayhi salam.
Alayhi salam.
Know the story about his dream.
Yeah.
The Jews believe that, these Christians believe that, even Muslims have a similar story about his beliefs. Yeah, they say yes, because the stories come before it. Quran has copied it. Let's see if it is the copy. You see, the Quran talks about this in Surah 12, verse 4. But Akhi, let's go through them if you like. Do you have the Bible with you, Akhi, inshallah? Let's go through it. Let's see.
I'm listening, bro.
Hey, go to Genesis chapter 37, verse 9.
Genesis 37, verse 9. Then he had another dream, and he told it to his brothers. Listen, he said, I had another dream, and this time the sun and the moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me.
Aiman,
نعم.
Surah 12, Ayah 100. Could you read that?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ورفع أبويه على العرش وخروا له سجدا وقال يا أبت هذا تأويل رؤياي من قبل قد جعلها ربي حقا وقد أحسن بي إذ أخرجني من السجن وجاء بكم من البدو من بعد أن نزغ الشيطان بيني وبين إخوتي إن ربي لطيف لما يشاء إنه هو العليم الحكيم. It says, and he raised his parents upon the throne, and they bowed to him in prostration, and he said, O my father, this is the explanation of my vision, the dream of before. My Lord has made it a reality, and he was certainly good to me when he took me out of prison and brought you here from the Bedouin life after Satan had induced between me and my brothers. Indeed, my Lord is subtle, and what he wills, indeed it is he who is the knowing, the wise.
Ahsan, ahsan. So you see, Akhi, in Ayah 4, we see the dream, and in Ayah 100, we see the fulfilling of that dream. So the dream has become fulfilled, right?
Yes, Naam.
Beautiful. So the story which we read about this dream is in Genesis chapter 37. This story is not even fulfilled according to Genesis, yet according to Quran it is fulfilled.
So according to the Bible, his parents or his mom did not go to Egypt. So she died before going to Egypt.
Correct.
Exactly.
In
2
verse
chapters
19,
earlier.
yeah.
Exactly.
I'll read it. 35 verse 19. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath. That is Bethlehem.
Yes, and to add on to what Brother Ali was saying, there is also a very interesting Christian commentary from the Faith Life Study Bible, which says the following concerning Genesis chapter 37, verses 9 and 10. It says, the sun and the moon and 11 stars. This probably refers to Joseph's entire family as a unit. The sun is a reference to Jacob, while the moon could be Bilhah or Leah. Rachel, Joseph's mother, was already deceased, making Bilhah, Rachel's servant, his stepmother, and Leah the chief wife. The 11 stars refers to Joseph's 11 brothers. While Joseph's dream is not literally fulfilled, Jacob is never recorded as bowing down to Joseph. It is in essence when the entire family becomes dependent on Joseph, and then it refers to Genesis chapters 42 to 46. Right, so you see, even this Christian commentary, and yes, I'm going to put emphasis on Christian commentary, meaning it is not from the Jews, nor is it from Muslims or any other non-Christian, right? It's a Christian commentary which rightfully acknowledges that this dream in Genesis 37 is not literally fulfilled. Since the moon, and you can read this, everyone can read this for himself, since the moon is a reference to Joseph's mother. Who is Joseph's mother? Rachel. It's not Leah, nor is it Bilhah, right? And it also acknowledges that that there is not a verse where Jacob bowed down to Joseph. It says Jacob is never recorded as bowing down to Joseph, right? Only the 11 stars, i.e., the 11 brothers, are recorded as bowing down to Joseph, as prostrating before Joseph. Now, another interesting point, by the way, I just want to make a side comment. It also shows that simply bowing down or prostrating before someone does not necessitate worship, by the way, right? It's a misconception because there are numerous examples of this in the Old Testament where someone prostrates or bows down before someone, but obviously the context shows that it is not a form of worship in this case, right? So context is key, obviously. But that's a side comment, right? So for those who want to make that argument, it's a bad argument to begin with. I mean, that would mean that the 11 brothers of Joseph, in this instance, would have worshipped Joseph, which is, again, ridiculous. And, again, a bad argument. But that's besides the point. Now, the Quran, we actually do not have that problem in the Quran because we actually can see that the dream that Joseph or Yusuf alayhi salam had was actually literally fulfilled as opposed to the biblical account.
Ahsan. You see, Akhi, so we were talking about the dream, which the Jew believe in, which the Christian believe in, which the Muslims believe in. Yet, the only religion which has the fulfilling of that dream is Islam. Not Genesis, not these Jews, not these Christians. The Quran gives the prophecy, gives the dream in verse 4, and that prophecy and dream has been fulfilled in verse 100. Yet, according to the story of Genesis, it is impossible to be fulfilled. The mother of Joseph already passed away 2 chapters earlier.
Ali,
Okay.
it was 35:9 and 37 what?
35:19 is the,
Oh,
when
19,
the mother
yeah.
passes away.
And
And
37?
37:9
9, okay.
is a,
Okay.
yes, when he gets the dream. And
Then a question: the dream he has about the moon and the sun, is it similar in the Bible?
could you now read what the dream was? Verse 4.
بسم الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. Yeah, when Joseph said to his father, "Oh my father, indeed I have seen in a dream 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating." Let me
So
see.
stars, sun, and the moon. Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Stars, sun, and the moon, and they will prostrate. Yeah?
Mhm.
Beautiful. Akhi, Ahmad, could you read verse 9 of Genesis 37?
Yep. So verse 9 said, Then he had another dream, and he had told it to his brothers. Listen, he said, I had another dream, and this time the sun and the moon and the 11 stars were bowing down to me.
You see? So according to chronology, what will happen, the Bible has another chronological idea than the Quran has. So already we see this is not a copy, right? The Quran has a fulfilling in it. The Bible does not have a fulfilling in it. Unfulfilled prophecy, Quran does not have that. Bible does have that. And the chronology is not the same. Akhi, could you read Genesis 42, verse 6?
Now Joseph was the governor of the land, the person who sold grain to all its people. So when Joseph's brothers arrived, they bowed down to him with their faces on the ground.
Who bowed down first?
The brothers.
The brothers. The Quran was talking about the stars and sun and the moon,
Yes.
right? The Bible was talking about sun, moon, and the stars. Yet, the happening, which is happening, is according to what Quran says, not according to what the Bible says. Aiman, could you read it 99 until 101?
99. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. فلما دخلوا على يوسف آوى إليه أبويه وقال ادخلوا مصر إن شاء الله آمنين ورفع أبويه على العرش وخروا له سجدا وقال يا أبت هذا تأويل رؤياي من قبل قد جعلها ربي حقا وقد أحسن بي إذ أخرجني من السجن وجاء بكم من البدو من بعد أن نزغ الشيطان بيني وبين إخوتي إن ربي لطيف لما يشاء إنه هو العليم الحكيم ربي قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما وألحقني بالصالحين اللهم آمين.
Mother of Joseph, according to them, already died before the dream, so it cannot even be that. You see? Yet, in the Quran is fulfilled. After that, we have the order of the dream, which the Quran gives, which the Bible gives. Yet, according to the Bible, is not even fulfilled according to the order. Yet, according to the Quran is. How could the Quran be the copy of the Bible? It does not have the unfulfilled prophecy which the Bible has. It does not have the wrong order which the Bible has. How could my prophet know all of these details which them Jews didn't? Yet, my prophet, peace and blessing be with him, has the correct order and fulfilling of the prophecy.
I will read the last verse of Surah Yusuf as well because it shows exactly what's happening here. The last verse of Surah Yusuf says لقد كان في قصصهم عبرة لأولي الألباب ما كان حديثا يفترى ولكن تصديق الذي بين يديه وتفصيل كل شيء وهدى ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون. It says there was certainly in their stories a lesson for those of understanding. Never was it, as in the Quran, a narration invented, but a confirmation of what was before it and a detailed explanation of all things and guidance and mercy for our people who believe. So it actually confirms Muhammad, you know. So it actually shows exactly what's happening here and what we're talking about.
Exactly for them people who are always crying, the Quran is conforming the Bible. Please tell me where in the Quran does it conform this unfulfilled prophecy? Quran is correcting all of these mistakes which has crept in previous scriptures. Why? Because the Quran is guarding against previous scriptures. How does the Quran do that? Because the Quran is the Muhammad, Quran is the Furqan. This is how we see the unfulfilled prophecy in the Bible, yet we see the fulfilling in the Quran.
Ajib, how one story can show small detailed mistakes in the Bible.